What's going on, people? You're locked into another episode. I go by the name of Amisi, aka A1, aka F, aka Joking, aka all these things, aka Twix, aka Top Up King, aka Shout Me, aka PS5 on deck, aka all these things.
My name's Derek,
aka
Malibu
Juice,
Pineapple,
aka
Live Life,
AKA,
you know what I'm saying?
aka
It is what it is, man.
It is what it is.
You know what I mean? Chyna's not here today.
Chyna's not here today, but big her up.
Big her up.
Same way.
You get me? Obviously, Incognito's not here today.
Incog's not here, but
we got, you get me?
we got someone in the back today.
Incognito.
Incognito, we don't even want to say her name, but
But
today
yeah.
we're just gonna call her
Incognito.
Charlotte.
Yeah, cool,
We've got Charlotte in the background.
Hi guys.
Hi, how you doing? You right?
Yeah.
Good. And obviously,
Special guest today.
guest. The people have been waiting for this one. You get me?
Mm.
Dinner with Maney.
Hey, that's it. That's what we're gonna call the episode.
That's not my name.
That's
My name's Danny.
That's not his name.
man.
But for the people that want to know who Dinner with Maney is, he's gonna introduce himself properly so that you lot can know who he is.
Yeah, I'm Daniel.
AKA.
No AKA.
Big up yourself, Daniel. How you doing? You right?
I'm not too bad actually. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, man. You're sounding tired over there, though.
I'm not tired.
Okay, you're calm.
I'm calm. Yeah.
How's your Friday been?
A bit busy. You know,
Yeah.
it's like 10 o'clock for those that don't know, so it's late.
Late night.
Late
Late night pudding.
Late night, trust me, man.
Late night
Working.
pudding.
We follow the socials. Can I get a drop everywhere?
And can I get a drop
Can I
one
get a drop
on
on Insta? Like, subscribe, comment,
all of
share.
that? All of that.
Hit that bell. It's the bell.
As Chyna would do.
Hit that bell. But yeah, no.
Hit
Obviously,
that bell, man. Hit that bell.
They're rising. Everything's rising. You get me? Let's not stop.
Today we've decided to invite Daniel on our pod just to have a conversation with him on a few things, but most importantly his ventures, for you guys to know what it is that he does and how you could sort of like follow his steps. Obviously everyone's got their own unique path, but he's just going to give us an insight on what it is that he does. And yeah, if you want to know more information, you're going to have to get in touch with him, Mike. You get me?
It's got a charge. You get me?
It's got a charge.
Come through, man. You get me then? You know what I'm saying, man? But yeah, obviously,
Yeah.
Dan, obviously start off with what do you do?
Yeah. Now by trade, I'm a marketing consultant. You know, in terms of career, that's what I come off doing. Yeah. The last 2 years, I've established a talent management company.
Okay.
And just recently, I've launched a marketing agency as well. All fits under one group. It's the AGM Sports, Media and Entertainment.
You can see it pop up right now.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah, so we've got AGM Agency, which primarily focuses on music and entertainment marketing.
Yeah.
And we've got the AGM Talent, which is purely, comprehensive talent management, brand partnerships and things of that nature, yeah.
What made you get into it and go out on your own and start your own?
I just wasn't a worker, after, what I mean, just having a 9 to 5.
You know, certain man, the work is not for them.
Yeah.
He's one of them still.
Yeah, he's one of
Yeah,
them.
now, do you know what it is? Just for me working,
Yeah.
it just, honestly, I just knew I wasn't going to progress in the world of work, you get. Like, I used to look at, what does it take to be like a director or a manager or whatever in any setting that I was with. And for me, I just knew, you know what, just the way I work, it's just not going to go. So for me, I just was never going to be complicit being like a junior member of staff. You know what I mean? Because more time when you work, it's not even what you achieve, how hard you work. It's the social life. I wasn't a man to go to the pub. You see what I'm saying? So I used to analyse that. So I actually quit my job. I was working for a marketing agency, one of the big marketing agencies. And I remember one day I just handed him a notice. I was like, I can't really do this anymore. You know what I mean?
How many times you see a man like, I'm busting out the job.
Yeah.
You see it plenty times. What's going on here?
But you see with that though, like one thing that I've seen with your progression is whenever you've done that, you've always come with something bigger and better.
Yeah, bigger and better. Yeah.
Because you know what it is? At that time I was obviously, I was a part of Mixtape Madness. For quite a while. So for me, I would go work. And I remember my manager always used to say that, right, that you spend 30% of the time doing your work, then 70% of the time doing your side hustle. You get it, they can print out 2 screens. But I wasn't shy about it, you get it. Everywhere I'd go, because after that I started contracting, I was like a self-employed marketing consultant. I would just go to different agencies. Like literally, I would have work, and you know what I mean, I might have a phone call, Pume, I want to do this campaign, whatever, can I come for a meeting? I'll leave the office physically.
Swear down, there on the spot?
Bro, I would leave 2 hours. Or whoever, I'll leave, and I'll just say, oh, I had something, like, I'll just, when I come back, they're like, where are we? I don't know, I just make up an excuse. So for me, I wasn't really passionate about it. Like, if you're not passionate about something, I don't really believe you should waste your time doing it. So for me, more time, I was just doing it about the bread. You get, I was earning a little bit of money. I said, you know what, how long can I stay doing this if I don't really like it, even though I was making money? So
that's what I tell people that. See, working here, it can be on so much bread. If you don't like the job you're doing,
you could be earning 300, 400, 500 bags a year.
You'll be so
if you don't like it, you're gonna be depressed. You know what I mean?
In the end, you'll be vexed, bro.
That's what I was even gonna ask. So, would you say with yourself, when you was doing whatever you was doing, was you like having internal battles, like inflicting battles, like just voices in your head telling you like, oh, why am I here for, sort of thing? Yeah,
with me, I don't care. Like, I have bills to pay, innit? I just quit. You can't hold me hostage. Bills, I don't care if my overheads are more than my income. If I don't like something, I'm out. I've always been like that. You see it? You know what I mean? I don't like being in bondage to if I don't like something, I'm gonna remove myself from the situation and I'll make it happen. You see what I'm saying? I always have that belief. So then you know, obviously during the time I really started to focus on MM as well. It started to blow up, you know what I mean, and from there I was able to kind of, everything that I learned from my professional job, I was able to apply over there because it was growing. You see what I'm saying? From a marketing point of view, from, you know, getting us brand deals, from you know content and just various ideas, and all of the artists that would work with, you know, slowly started to build a relationship with them. You know, some of them became, you know, to be my clients even like today. So you know, for me, it's just transferable skills. You know, if you are working somewhere, make sure you can take the skills from that place and apply it to your side hustle always. Or you're not in the right job. I don't care if you're in Tesco, if you're stacking shelves. Big man thing, if you're stacking shelves, but you know you want to get into something and those skills are going to apply to that. For me, it's worth it. But don't work aimlessly. If you can't get no value from it, it's a waste of time.
Just have a job.
Like
mom says go work.
Nah, that's for the purpose that you get.
So would you say, because with what you mentioned about having transferable skills, with the skills that you got from where you were working over to MM, would you say that you had more of a, were you more free to bring forward your ideas as opposed to when you're at work, like you having ideas and having to run it by somebody else?
Yeah, I was more free because I was in the position to create. And you know what it is, because I was working with MM. I never really cared about what you get. It wasn't my main focus. You know what I'm saying? More time, I'm not even collecting money from the side hustle, but I was more passionate about it than I was for the job that I was actually earning.
The money will always come. So you're passionate about something,
the money will always come.
The end will come through.
It always will.
So,
exactly. So after that, like, obviously, you know, after I decided to quit, you know, obviously still working with MM, I just said, you know what, you know, funny enough, like, you know, I was always doing marketing anyway as a freelancer, so artists will come to me saying, you know, can you work on my campaign? You know, one thing I realised, that a lot of artists were getting bumped, you know what I mean? When it came to brand deals at the time, you know, I mean, UK music was popping. And I noticed that some of these brands, I'm used to working with them anyway, because I was at the agency. And a lot of artists were content on, you know what, just doing this for free, or some free clothes, or just the value of what they're getting just never added up to me. So I was like, right, you know, man, I used to like to say in that artists will come to me like, right, I've got this. Do you think I should accept this offer? I'm like, no, let's go back and renegotiate and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And I realised that, you know, I had an interest to connect artists with brands, you know what I mean, or brands with people of the culture. I wanted to merge that together. You see what I'm saying? And I was like, nah, I need to make this something. So although it wasn't a formal company, I was like, nah, we have to build something.
Like, make it official. coming in for free, fam.
Yeah.
You
Especially when they're getting a lot of people coming to you for it as well.
Yeah. So towards the end of last year, I kind of stepped away from just to kind of find my own way. But obviously I was working with influencers at the time, and I had a talent agency set up. You know what I mean? And for me, it's the same thing. You know, a lot of black influencers were just getting underpaid. You know what I mean? I remember my friend Joel. He works at as well. He took me to a party. It's like a penthouse party, just bare influencers. And so I was just chatting to them. Some of them were like 20k followers, and they were telling me they're doing Ralph Lauren campaigns, getting paid 3 bags. You see what I'm saying? McDonald's campaigns, you're getting paid 2.5 for a post, and they got like 25,000 followers. You know what I mean? So when I was speaking to all my black influencers, or that I had good relationships with, and they're telling me they can't even catch a pinky. You know what I mean? They got like 100,000 followers. You know what I mean?
It's mad. It's mad still.
Yeah, I thought, you know, there's a problem here that needs to be addressed. You know what I'm saying?
That still. There's
a problem here that needs to be addressed. So I kickstarted the agency, the talent management company. You know, working with influencers within my close circle. You know, Benicia was the first one I started working with. To be fair, she volunteered. I was just, you know, I was trying to use her studio to shoot something. To be fair, and you know, I just looked into what she was doing, and I just realized, right, like you're actually doing your thing. I never knew a makeup artist could. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to that level.
Yeah, you know, and you're not any different to an artist. I was used to working with artists. You're still creative. You guys think the same way.
Yeah.
So she was like, "Dad, I want you to work with me," and you know, it was interesting because I never really knew much about the world of beauty, but you know, it wasn't any different to what I was doing with the artists and the brands, and you know, we started to grow, and you know, we started to get some stuff on the table, and I thought, let me expand, let me start working with other influencers. But because I was still working with artists, I thought I need to consolidate it into one umbrella. Yeah. So that's it, really, man. So it's you know, it's very broad. I'll be real with you, like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, I can cater to all. You know what I mean. Like, you know, artists will come and say, you know what, I've got a campaign, and primarily I work with independent artists as well, artists that don't have labels. They might say, you know what, I've got a budget. You know what I mean, from my distributor. You know, I want to run all the marketing through you. Can we sit down and plan? And you know, we'll make something happen. You know what I mean? And then the other end is just the influencer and brand deals, or artists and brand deals. So it's a lot. It sounds like it's a lot in it, but I'm still trying to navigate the structure of things. But
everyone's still learning, isn't it? Learn on the job, learn as you go. Cool. So what about, like, obviously when it's lit, but obviously as you're up and coming as well, you're established, but you're up and coming as well. You're learning how to. So what, like, obviously you face challenges from like other people, like, so was it like a thing where you face challenges where like, they think, but you ain't like, because it's you basically, like, what can you do for me? You know, like, what can you do for me? Why should I go to this person?
The biggest mistake I made, honestly, is that I can't. There was a stage where you know, everything was lit. You know what I mean? It was glossy. I was kind of articles here. You know what I mean? Benicia was in Forbes, and this person was here. And they're like, "Oh, Dan, how you getting this?" You get so bare influencers. Like, I want you to represent me. I want you to represent me. And for me, I was just like, you know, not knowing how to say no. You get, like, I was just like, yeah, you know, I'll work with you. And to be fair, you know, I wasn't really the best fit for the people that were coming to me. You get, you know what I mean? And you know, I couldn't really service them as I was servicing the other people in my books. So I had to learn that it's not everything that you have to say yes to, because you're going to end up not prioritising, you're going to be neglecting, you know what I mean, some of your books, and that reflects on your ability to deliver. And people are like, I used to work with him, but he never brought me that. It looks bad on my brand, you get, so I keep it small and sweet, you know what I mean? You know, me personally,
That's I was thinking that, especially like being black as well, you know, like people automatically think that the white person would get them to where
that is, especially in music. That's the logic. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of these artists, you know, they sit in front of like a white executive, and you know what I mean, there's a paper there which they don't want to read the contract. And they think that it equates more value. You know what I mean? It's not always the case, but it's the same with the influencer one. You know what I mean? It's a white agency. You can go to the best agency in the world. You can go to WME, CAA, but you know, by the end of the day, you might say, "Oh, they got Beyonce, they got whoever." It's all about the agent that's been assigned to you, and it's all about if they have priorities. I mean, if I manage, it's like you go to there's managers who artists like 3 or 4 artists. They've got A-list artists, and then you think that you're going to be patting because you're joining their management company, but they're gonna prioritize the one that's bringing in the most revenue. Yeah. So that can't be your logic. You know what I mean? You need to work with someone that's gonna devote time to you. Yeah.
Do you ever feel like when you're doing, depending on what side of your venture that you're prioritizing, do you ever feel like you want to give up, or does it keep you going? If that makes sense.
No, I don't. For me, no. I've got a little team as well. You know, I mean, it's people that I've hired. So when you got staff, you have to show a level of resilience. You know what I mean? You can't give up. How can I quit? You know, there's people that rely on me to pay their bills. Yeah, I wouldn't quit anyway because I'm not trying to go back to work. I keep it real. You know what I mean?
We know you ain't going back.
You have to make it work by force.
By force or fire. You know what I mean?
You have to make it work. Sure.
Even if it just won't for me. I just think for me this is it for me. Like I'm not. There's no other options, no other choice. You know what I'm saying? I'm not settling for less. You know what I'm saying? So all I can do is keep on growing by force. And I've seen it. You know what I mean? By the end of the day, I work for a black-owned company. You know, 10, 11 members of staff, all on payroll, nice office. You know, the infrastructure was there, and then even when you look at like GRMD and all of these companies that we're around, you know what I mean? These are black enterprises which are turning over a lot of money and they're giving a lot of people forms of employment. You see what I'm saying? You know, we don't look at it like that, but that's what it is.
It's a big thing.
It is a big thing. To give people jobs is a big thing, especially people coming from your community. You see what I'm saying? So. Like the infrastructure is here, you know. Our people are popping, our artists are popping, our influencers are popping, our actors are popping. So there needs to be an ecosystem of people like us, you know, to make sure that we can serve the new wave of talent that are just making money. There's new millionaires are being made every day. 10, 15 years ago, there was no way to make money like this. You know what I'm saying? So we're all servicing each other. And there's so many there's black PR agencies, black marketing agencies, black record labels, black management companies, and we're all paying each other. Sometimes like I get an email from another guy, he's like, I'm working on this brand, I want to use one of your influencers. Or me, I might pay another man, a PR agency which is black owned for their services. So I've noticed that we're all feeding each other now, you know what I mean? It makes me happy. Like, I like paying invoices to other. You know what I mean? I work with everyone, you know, any colour, any race, but it's just when you're paying black people for services and black people are paying you for services. So I'm saying the system's strong, you know what I mean?
I think it's all about level of trust, isn't it? I think that's what it is. It's all about level of trust. Like people got at some point in life, everyone's got to take the leap of faith. Do you know what I mean? At one stage in your life. So I feel like even if someone doesn't think, in their head they might think, you're not established enough for me. Bro, put your trust in the people. Unless you know the person might
music,
take you.
Bro. Even if you be like Stormzy, he's managed by his friend. You get it? Stormzy, you get he's you know him and his manager, they're both probably millionaires. You get it? You know what I mean? A lot of our people are bringing on people that are in a circle, people that they think they can rely on. You know what I'm saying? So it's not everyone that goes, I need this person or this person. Some people are actually entrusting their family, their friends. Or people who they think are wise business people, you know, who are black, you get. So it's not always gonna work out because you're black. It don't mean it's gonna work out. You get. I mean, it's the relationship. For me, if I don't have a relationship with you, I can't. For me, I need to be able to. I feel like one thing I've
business, isn't it? That's how it goes.
I need to be able to have a good, solid relationship with you. You know what I mean? Or you're just gonna leave me. You know what I'm saying? If bigger comes.
Once you get to where you need to get to personally, you might just bust out. And then on the low.
And I've had influencers who I know they've been like the big ones have been knocking on their doors and they've kept it 100 and just stayed with me. So I'm saying like, this person's trying to hit me up and pill me. I'm like, but nah, you know, I keep it real, you know. So a lot of people just leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm handing my notice. I don't want anyone like that. I want people that I want to work with people that can trust me.
Grow with you.
And I don't solely manage it. Some people I just I just offer agency services so that they might have their own management team, but they're like, this is my criteria. If you run by any of these opportunities, run it by me. You take your cut. You get. Sometimes it's easier that way anyway. You know what I mean? You still got your own team. And you just tell me what you want, and if I can supply it, you know what I mean. So I'm really flexible the way I work.
You think that he's not busy, but it might not.
Busy.
Okay. It's hard to link a man, you know.
No, but it's good though.
It's good to see it as well. That's what I'm saying,
positivity, and you're trying to make a change where there wasn't effectively anything like it before.
Yeah, no, 100%. You know, especially the agency, like the marketing agency as well. It's good because our artists are now getting big budgets.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? That, you know, they got big budgets for their music, so they invest heavily in marketing now.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? So like, I can actually do a campaign and I'm getting paid nicely, and the artist is investing, you know, billboards, TV, radio, and it makes me feel good. It shows that, you know, there's more money in this thing than there's been before. So you know, it's cool, man. It's cool.
That's sick, man. That's sick.
So, like, what advice would you give to someone that wants to like start their own marketing agency or like a business? Like, where do you start?
I think you just need clients. If you got a client, you know what I mean, that's the first point that's the first point where you'll start, because you've got something you can actively work on. You know what I mean? So you just need to identify what their requirements are. You know what I mean? What their weak points. You know what they need help marketing. And you know, from having any success that you generate with that one client, then you know you can build on your client base and go on from there. You know, and obviously you do need, you know, prior marketing knowledge. If you know,
So just almost jumping in deep end and it's like drowning.
And marketing is so broad as well. You don't like marketing. There's so much elements. There's you know, there's so many layers to it. You know what I mean? So you've got digital marketing. You got content marketing. You know what I mean? There's so many areas of marketing. Yeah.
But if they don't have like experience in marketing, they could take like courses, right?
You can take courses, but I think experience is the best teacher. So you know what I mean? I would either work for a small firm or work with a small team, or if you are doing courses, you know, just make sure you're applying it along the way.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So even if you're making mistakes, you know, alright, cool, I'm not gonna do that next time. You know what I mean? There's courses now, to be fair, so there's a lot of ways to learn, you know what I mean?
Would you say that more people are jumping off the typical 9 to 5 and they're starting to go over to
entrepreneurship,
their own businesses?
Would you say like freelance and entrepreneur, all that? Like you see that obviously you've been doing it for years. So would you say that there's a rise of people that are starting to take a leap of faith, basically?
It depends. You know, you can have a job, but you're earning good money and you're striving up the ranks. There's nothing wrong with having a 9 to 5. I know a lot of people that have a 9 to 5 that are earning proper, like they got good salaries and they're content. You see what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with that. It's a security there, and you can rise up the ranks. You know what I mean? You know, and do your thing. But there is a rise of people that want to try their own thing. And for me, I always advise to have multiple streams of income, because the way society is today, like, you just can't afford. You know what I mean? So you have a little something on the side, even if you are working. Have something on the side, even if it's not making you mad bread. It's just something that you can focus. You know what I mean?
Reserve.
Experience as well.
Whatever it is, you can be buying, selling. You know, Shopify. It could be any of those type of things. I would advise. You see what I'm saying?
What about lockdown? You got lockdown, so this year's been the year of lockdown, COVID. So has it affected you a lot, or would you say that you managed to ride the wave, sort of, from that March to now?
Yeah. At first, because I remember I left my working situation. I was freelancing. I'm not doing that no more. And then I had an office. And then when the COVID hit, it was like a free office that, you know, they just let me work out of. But they had to close it down because of lockdown, so I had no access to it. So I was at home. You see what I'm saying? But things started to pick up. You know what I mean? Towards the end of lockdown. You know what I mean? More, you know, in terms of brands had adapted to how they wanted to work with talent. You see what I'm saying? And we were creating ways that our talent, you know, can navigate during this period, which was generating interest. So
everyone says that, like, musicians, the artists, obviously shows and stuff, because there's no shows. It affects like income, you said, obviously everyone's still might have a different field, but it's still gonna affect us, like makeup artists, etc. Hairdressers, because they have to close.
It does. Like, I was on tour. I done some of the digital marketing for the M100 and Nave Smalls tape, and then I think they needed someone to kind of I just jumped on the tour with them, innit? So they had not a tour, but they had like body stuff, pop-up shops all around the country, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, for me, I was shocked, you know what I mean? Like literally each pop-up shop, like there was thousands of people.
I swear down.
And they were just selling merch, you know what I mean? Although they're not physically touring, you know, the merchandise was another stream of revenue that they were generating. And for me, it was a big learning experience as well, because just seeing, you know, the fan engagement was crazy. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I always tell artists need multiple streams of income, because if you sign a record deal, you know, you're only going to be relying on the income that you get from tours. You know, if your tours are locked down and you've already cashed out on your advance, you get, you know what I mean, you're not going to have any bread. So you know, you need other ways that you could generate money as an artist. And if you're independent, obviously you can continue putting out music. You know what I'm saying?
So from your point of view, with the whole digital side of you doing marketing, something that I wanted to ask you was in regards to like musicians and the way they promote music and sell music. Would you say that streaming was a game changer for musicians?
Yeah, you have to understand, UK music, there wasn't a lot of money in it, because we never used to shift a lot of physical units, like physical CDs, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So streaming, I guess, opened up, it enabled, it gave people more access, you know what I mean? More people to stream and consume music. Although the royalties are not necessarily high, the volume of people listening, it definitely is. So it allowed artists to generate income from it, where when there was no streaming, you know, you would be on West End licking off those mixtapes. Outside, you know what I mean? Or you're doing shows. And what it's allowed is that it's allowed more people to discover your music, and it's allowed, you know, like now you see these artists going on tours, you know what I mean? The audiences that they're able to attract now, like D-Block, they done Ali Pali, I think twice. You know, it's like, I think that's 10,000 capacity venue, 2 days, 20k. I might be wrong on that, but it's a lot of people. These fans have come from, you know, the access that they've probably, you know, had via the streaming platform. So artists are able to make a lot of money now than before in the UK. You know what I'm saying? I think,
cool. So let's talk about music. You're talking about music, So obviously you're old school, innit? So what era? I was always asked man when they come on here, what era do you prefer? Not forget about work. What era of music do you prefer? So like, you know, back in the day, like between that 07 to 012, the UK rap. You see now we've got the drill and all that. Now, what do you prefer? Personally.
I like now, you know, I can't lie. Yeah, now I like, obviously old school days are good, but I think you know what, my favourite period I think was 015 to 017, 08. You know, like people like Jay Huss and them, man, were just coming through. That period was good. That was good. I think that's when I think that was peak UK music. 015 to 08.
I feel like that era was like shot under like.
And even when drill was fresh, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
It's true, man. I always, because I'm like, when I talk to people, I always like, you feel like old school days, like Joe Black and Mash Town days, or now, but no one ever speaks about the middle.
So
you got the,
I like those days as well, the old school UK rap, you know what I mean? I like those days as well. Obviously gigs, old school gigs, Blade and all that stuff. I think it's a sick period, but now I know, I think that there's much more range, man. You know what I mean?
I think there's too much.
It might be too much, but
Do you think that, again, so do you see that era, if you placed it in like this time,
do you think they would adapt?
Yeah.
So as in like that era, but they have the means that this era have. So like you got the social medias. Obviously back in the social media was, but it's not as it is now. Do you know what I mean? So like if they were all releasing those mixtapes, albums now, do you reckon they'll be doing
with fans? They'll be doing way better.
You think so?
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, Like back in the day, remember, like you got obviously Potter Paper. He's managed to have a resurgence, but back in the day it was like Potter Paper, Move, those type. You had the Peckham rappers, you know, obviously like people like Sneakball, old school. Like there was a lot like I said, Mashtown, yeah, North, yeah, Bear.
So many names.
I had a discussion the other day.
Yeah, there was Bear. Like
so many names.
If they were releasing music today, it would be the same thing. I mean,
one person for me, like, personally, one person that I would say, what's his name? Young Teflon, yeah.
Young Teflon, yeah.
He's been there since that era and now, but me personally, I feel like he's just starting to get recognition now.
Yeah, his body of work.
It's hard. Like people like Young Teflon.
Yeah, but his body of work is like from back in the day. It's cold.
Those guys that have been able to ride
the waves.
It's not easy, but they've done it really well. You know what I mean?
You got people like Blade that just go missing for a bit.
Yeah. And come back.
Blade.
That's their
remember this to some of these artists, like this is their career. You get like even if people like Gets, like they've been there like 15, 20, like 25 years. You know? This is like.
Bread and
you know what I mean? But I don't think not everyone's gonna last that long. You know what I mean? But for some people that can, it's just different ways to reinvent themselves and come out and smash it.
Alright, cool. Yeah. So who do you say? Yeah, it's your top 5 artists. I'm trust me, but I was coming.
Or all time, or just for today.
Let's do right now. Is that a biased thing?
Right now. Yeah, it might be artists that I've worked with. Probably like Honcho, Digger, Potter, Heady. Who else is there, man?
So that's 4, innit?
I like those guys. I like people like Nux as well, you know, Nux.
Yeah.
VB.
Yeah.
What about?
Like I like drill, I like Afro swing, I like the real rap. I don't mind. I'm you know what I mean.
How about all time?
To it
all time.
Yeah.
In the
It's
UK.
No, UK. My trying to be a little Jay-Z and yeah, I'm saying
All time.
I don't even know who I'd go for all time in the UK. But if we're gonna say all time UK,
I think no, like even like I never mentioned, but like you say J Huss, it's up there for me. What else I like? I like Potter, man. Potter's my guy. Fuck. I mean, the music is crazy.
Yeah.
He's cool.
Potter, J Huss, I'll say.
You see when you say UK of all time, yeah.
It's kind of hard because
you got the riches.
Automatically, people start breaking it down to.
Yeah.
I'm talking about road rap, talking about grime, all that stuff. That's why I ask everyone, because I want to see what everyone's first reaction.
Yeah, it's hard. Like gigs, if I look at the
all over.
Oh, that's what gig is in there. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But there's some people. I asked them what their top 5 was, and like the names was here. I was like, how come is that, bruv? Obviously, he had he was like, how do you say it? When someone I looked up to him, but that's my. One of my reasons why I'm doing this.
I don't. For me, honestly, if I be real, I don't have all of those. Like, I come out every day. I change. I don't. You see, I'm not really a super fan of any artist. You know, if I keep it real, I don't. Music to me, it's like it's a moment thing. But you know what I mean, like even like Kano, I like Kano a lot. You know, I mean, if I go back to the life, that was the lifespan of like me liking music, like he will definitely be up there. You know what I'm saying?
So the old schools, some of the old schools.
Yeah, like people like him. Yeah.
I think he's. That's my favourite, and that's who I think is the best. Obviously, everyone says retro. I just say Kano.
Yeah, Kano.
That's what I say personally.
Along the period of time, I
always say.
For me personally, I think
one of the best.
He's the best. Yeah. I mean, cause I was listening to him like 04. Yeah, it's 2020 now. So.
Yeah, and he's still
relevant. He's still relevant. He's still relevant, fam. Alright, cool. So yeah. Obviously, you said the working thing. Not you. Obviously not you, but that's not your.
For you specifically.
That's for you. That's all.
No, but you see when I say like, if you need to like, for example, like you might just have a month where cash is low and you might pick up a quick something. You get.
Yeah,
to me, that's not necessarily. That's just you hustling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I could do I might do like I just might pick up a random job just because I need to stack up my. You get sometimes you got responsibility. But I'm talking about the long term
that's
routine of it. You know what I'm saying?
Because see some people,
They'll
watch
hear
this and be like,
quit
no,
their job.
Yeah, because trust me, there's some people that I know that it's like they might pick up and do the quick little Amazon jobs, you know, the little they might say I just need to rise up my balance for this month. After the month they quit. You see what I'm saying? Like, but I'm talking about career jobs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, for me, honestly, bro, it wasn't for me. You see what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean it's not for anyone else. Yeah, and even if I'm going to work for a man, if I ever do work for someone, it has to be on my terms. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like no, even me, like when I do these little contracts, I'm interviewing them. You know? It's not them interviewing me. Like, why should I work it? You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying?
It's like some people just want to use you, innit?
Yeah. So for me, if I want to work for you, it's a headhunting thing. Like, you have to come and say your thing's packed. I want you to come and work for. And it's like, it must be a firm that I align to, but I'm not gonna stress out CV.
Oh, that right there is good, because there's probably a lot of people that are going to be listening to this, and they're probably thinking, and they're probably thinking, right, I didn't even know that I can go to organisations and make them work on my terms. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's what I used to, because you know what, by the end of the day, a lot of these, when you're a contractor, you're filling in resource. You go into companies which are under resourced. They're hiring you and they're paying you a premium just because they don't have the staff they need you. Yeah. And that's the first time I realized, right, the switch is flipped. So I'm in there like, yo,
this is what
easy. Just like you're in there. Like, it's not that you're banding them up, but you can go in there with a certain energy. It's not like, oh, what do I do? Nah, it's like I'm the hired expert. For me, I liked it. And for me, I never made sense to me, because I was doing the same job. I was earning like 3-4 times.
Even more.
That's it. So I was like, I take it. Oh, bro, everywhere I used to go, I tell you the truth, bro. When I used to see like brothers, I mean, when I say brothers, I mean it can be white, black, but they're man them. I used to run them in the canteen. I was like, bro, you don't need to drop this out. I used to be like, yo, you see what you're doing, bro? You're doing the same thing. Bro.
This is what you're
I'll reveal it. I've made bear man quit. I'll be real.
I remember even one time in the group chat, he wasn't. I think he was outside, and everyone like, I'm at work. He's like, bro, you know, to quit. When it's not working, fam.
That's for me. Obviously, Corona, you can't say that. You encourage someone to, but I mean before, because mostly a lot of people. People that say, I just want to buy a crib. I'm like, bro, this is the easiest route to do it. Just stack up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean. And more time when you used to work, you know, sometimes you're doing the same job as someone, and someone's earning higher. Like that. It's like it's not fair.
It's not fair. They'll tell you don't discuss your salary.
But that's why they tell me.
I used to free it up. When I used to learn that, I think I learned that someone was earning more than me, and I was doing the same job. I was like, nah, I'm quitting. That one thing, I was out. I'm not going. And a lot of work places that I worked, there was just scandals, like racism scandals. Not even to me, but to people, some colleagues. I'm like, this place is just crazy. It just never made sense. Is that what I'm saying? Yeah. And then there might be a one man it might be a brother, and they're high up, but they just don't want you to. It's like they've got that position there. They're like, nah, you're coming for my spot, so they just make it life hard. Do you know what? I had some lit experiences that I can't lie to you. Like, I needed to do it. Like for me, work was important for me. Without the work, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Exactly.
I couldn't just do this out the jump. I needed that foundation. I had at least 5, 6, 7 years like experience.
Solid.
You get it? So I wouldn't just out the jump. You finish uni, just it can work for some people, but it's always good to get a foundation. You see.
And you see with what you've just mentioned about finishing uni, So let's say someone that's finished uni wanted to sort of like do the same things that you were doing. Would you advise them to like get a mentor and then apply for like a SME to get the? Yeah.
Because even my first ever job, I couldn't even get a job, bro. I done an internship. They don't even pay me, bro. They just pay me for my travel and expenses. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes internship or have a mentor that's got some skin in the game. I'll be real. This generation, they have more access. You know what I mean? I think when we finished uni, it was a bit more stiff. You see what I'm saying? But now, man, there's so much you can do. There's so much companies you can work for. You get? You see what I'm saying? Like. So yeah, man, getting that experience is key.
As I said as well, don't watch this and think that just because one man done it, you can do the same route. It don't work like that. Your time will come
Well, me, I take risks though. I don't mind.
Yeah,
that's another thing.
That's another. You have to take the risk.
That's
not
something
for me.
to bring up because there's only 2 people in the world that I know that are risk takers. One person sitting to my right.
Yeah, and he's done it for years. It's not something that
it's not just out of the blue. It's a yo. One day, like, yo,
small risk. You get me.
Or like, yo, let's do this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't mind, bro. I've had businesses that failed. I've had other businesses. I've got fair businesses. Some of them haven't done well. You get so.
Yeah.
I don't have a fear of failure. I'm not scared of failure.
So you have to say failure is like a teacher.
Yeah, failure teacher.
It's the best teacher.
You learn stuff
so quick.
You're gonna take that with you to your next thing. You might fail there, but you know that you're getting more information as you. Yeah. So in your head you're thinking, oh, I'm fucking up, I'm failing. Yeah. This is. Yeah. But you know that you're gathering a lot of stuff. Yeah. So I'm learning in life.
I just think you always need to be disciplined. You need to honestly have aims and objectives. You need to actually write them down and say, you know, this is what I'm trying to achieve for myself. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then you measure yourself against it. Sometimes you write it down and you don't look at it for the whole year, but you come back to me and you're like, right, I've actually achieved it.
Yeah.
You know, you need to have some type of structure, you know what I mean? And you know, so at the very least, you know, you can say, if it doesn't work out, I can do X, Y, Z. And for me, that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because I'm very organized, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? A lot of creatives, a lot of artists, a lot of influencers, they don't like that side of things. They don't like the administrative side of things. They like the creatives. You got 2 sides of your brain. One side is more creative, one side is more kind of methodical and logical. Yeah. Artists, bro, that's why artists get jerked a lot of the time, because they just want to focus on the art. They want to focus on the creative.
That's always the case for them.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's hard to have both. If you're a business-minded artist, a lot of the time it might compromise the creative element. You know what I'm saying? That's what and it happens with a lot of artists.
I want to ask you after. Yeah. I'm gonna ask you after.
Yeah. So trust me, like sometimes some artists, like you might get sign a deal and they spend all their money on a chain or a car or influencer. I used to be like, why? But you know, sometimes I understand it. Who am I to say? I don't understand it. I would always advise against it, but sometimes like you do have to understand that the madnesses that these guys are doing is what's got them here at this very point. Yeah. That you get it. So sometimes you do have to give them some leeway. I always advise positive wealth management. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, you know, making sure you're paying your taxes and you know, you've got your business registered and all that stuff. You get it, you know what I mean? And you know, it's not easy, especially all these artists, all these influencers have businesses. You know what I'm saying? And you know, a lot of the time, you know, they're trying to figure stuff out. So it's really important to just try and be structured. But you're always gonna make mistakes. You get it?
Yeah, that's all part of the game.
Yeah, so my question was, like, for creators out there that have like a vision, like if they want to, I don't know, be an actress, DJ, how would you like, because personally, I have a vision, but I get anxious and I think about what will people think about me if I do this. I don't like being judged. I don't really like negative feedback. So what advice would you give to a creative that wants to start something?
Yeah, no, I think personally, you know, you owe it to yourself to give it a go. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? What's the worst that can actually happen? The more you're in the public eye, you're always gonna get critique, or you're always gonna get reviews, good or bad. You know what I mean? You can't let that you know, cripple your progression. And I think, to be fair, you know, feedback is just a point of learning. Some people are gonna hate, but you know what I mean? You know, iron sharpens iron. You know what I'm saying? As long as there's enough people rallying behind what you're trying to do, you know that should be enough for you. But you know, that's how life is. We focus on the negatives.
Yeah.
You know, 100 people can tell you, oh, I really love what you're doing, and then one person can say they hate it, and then you're gonna dwell on that one person.
Flips everything.
You know what I mean?
Do you think it's important to have connects? Because I feel like there's certain people out there, like they know a lot of people, and like compared to other people that doesn't know anyone, like they're more up there, like they're more exposed.
And when we speak about like DJing and stuff like that, I keep it 100. You know, that Paris Hilton is a DJ. She's probably popping because she is.
Okay, she is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, the clout can carry the career. You know what I'm saying? Rather than the raw talent. You know what I'm saying? DJing is one of those things where, like, it's you know, let me not speak for the DJs. Probably get on to me. I'm not a DJ, but
from what you know.
But for me, you know, if you're committed to it and you want to give it your all, there's nothing that's going to stop you, in my personal opinion. Like, you know what I mean? You know, people have phases, you get it, and tend to drop it out after a while. But if this is something that you really want to do, no one can stop you from doing it. You see what I'm saying? You just have to focus on it and give it your all. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And know why you're doing it. There's so many lanes, so many different paths. You see what I'm saying? So you need to know what you want to get out of it. You know?
Yeah.
Because I've noticed that there's a lot of people in the creative industry, they're not really good at what they do, but because they know a lot of people, it's just like, wow, comments.
That's just how life is.
That's how life is, man.
That's like,
it's mind-boggling, man.
It's mad.
The most value, like, you're only as valuable as your network. You see what I'm saying? You know, my phone book right now is £1 million worth of contacts on this phone book. It's not tangible, but I keep it 100. There's certain phone calls that I can make, or there's certain things that certain people have done for me, which has took me towards certain checks, certain avenues. You know what I mean? And it's the same with me. So your phone book, having a solid network is
key.
It is what it is. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You have to be networked.
I'll be like James in this one here.
I'm listening. I'm listening.
Even with our podcast, man, he's one of the men that said, "Yo,
start it.
Just do it. Just do it for a time. Just do it.
Every conversation I have with someone, like I make sure I have meaningful conversations. You see what I'm saying? You never know what someone can offer you. So I'm saying a lot of the people that I've worked with, they just said, I can do this. I'm a graphic designer. I've done this. I'm like, cool. I like giving people opportunities. That's just how I am.
Yeah.
I'm a good-natured person like that. And some people just have hidden skills, and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna bust you on that. I'm gonna bust you. But if I give you an alley-oop on something, it's however you want to take it. That's the issue. Some people don't take it far. There are some people that do. You see what I'm saying? And in my experience, I've had people who. That is one particular guy. He's a big director now, and I remember when he started to work with us, and he was just doing everything for free, fam. And he never cared about money or he would
that's the passion, though, isn't it?
He was just like, nah, I know I'm gonna have big class. Now today he's one of the biggest directors, and he's doing his thing. Where a lot of other people we used to work with would be like, nah, what's the P, what's the budget, what's the budget, or how much you gonna pay me, da, da, da. You know what I mean? You have to, like, for me, the money will come. Money's not. It's not the be all end all. It's the craft. It's the respect.
Yeah.
It's the network. You know what I mean? And I was saying this the other day as well. Like, what do I know about even beauty? Like, I've had meetings with every, like all of the big beauty kind of conglomerates in the last 12 months. Like, literally each and every one of them. I've sat down with them, and I think back to myself like, right, I couldn't tell you anything about like, my yard is just full of makeup, bro. Makeup everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, skincare and stuff. But just seeing that world is like, I was so focused on music, and when I touched in the world of beauty, I'm like, wow, this is fascinating.
Another world.
It's a whole new.
There's money in it.
£1 billion industry. And it's the same with food, it's the same with education, it's the same with...
It's the awareness of it all.
Fitness is the same with sports. These are all industries which you can navigate in and you can find a pocket, you see what I'm saying? So, if you're creative, you just need to find that lane and just having an engaged audience. This is another thing which is key. I wanted to go into the dilemmas and all that stuff that you want to discuss, but this is really important. It's, it's not about followers, or you know what I mean? It's about how engaged your audience is, and this is what with artists as well. I've worked with artists who 5-10 million views, bro, and they can't sell out shows, 250, 500 capacities. And then you have artists that have their own channels.
Because they're not engaging with their audience.
Yeah, or they just can't identify who their audiences are. They don't know who their audience are. And you have people who, like now, a lot of artists are uploading their own channels, but you have artists that will upload their own channels from day. They might be getting 20,000 views per video, but they know they connect with a high proportion of those audiences, and they can sell out venues 1,000 capacity, 200 capacity. It's the same with influencers, bro. You can have 5,000 followers, bro, and all you do is maybe you like talking about books, or pets, or pet food, or whatever. But you have a highly engaged audience, bro. The engagement from those 5,000
is a lot more.
It's a highly engaged community. The value is in the engagement and the community. It's not about the followers. You can have 200,000 followers of dormant people who don't interact with anything that you're doing. That's not an engaged community at all. So I tell a lot of people that, whether you say micro influencers, whatever you want to call it, is, bro, you can have 2,000 followers, bro, or you know what I mean, and get shit cracking, you know what I mean.
How do you get your audience to engage though?
That's
communicate,
how you
interact with them.
It's the audience that you develop. You see what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Just how you feed them with content, and how you engage with them. You know what I mean? And
I feel like with influencers, what they usually do is they like they say a YouTuber would tell like a story time, and then the audience can relate to it, and that's how they get like a lot of.
Which is good, and it's the same with artists. Like now, I always tell artists, understand your data. You know what I mean? Understand the people that are buying and consuming your music.
Yeah,
it's really important. You need to know who these people are.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Because you know when you know all that data, you know, and you know how to engage with it, you know, you're gonna make more money, and then you're gonna be able to know how to monetize it. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I think as like, if you, bro, don't limit yourself. The sky is the limit. It's all about consistency, man. There's a lot of people that have started things a few years ago, and they just, with the views and everything wasn't where it was, but they just said, you know, every Friday we're gonna post, and they've been doing that for the last 3 years, and what they're doing is popping. They've had their moments where of virality and all that stuff. So I just think consistency is key, and just be persistent, man. Keep on shooting until you hit something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that I learned this year, man. Consistency, and just posting and doing whatever, like having our recorded days.
Yeah, literally keep
come
it.
in Monday, Tuesday, whatever. But as long as something is coming out every single week, that's and we're starting to get a lot of feedback. For example, with our podcast, where people are like, you lot are consistently posting, keep it up.
Yeah, even though with us, we might think that
they're not really getting
there or whatever, but
it don't matter, man.
Yeah,
there's people like, even if it's just 10% people are just solid fans, that's a fan base.
Yeah,
podcasting is
a huge
beautiful world. It's growing really fast as well, man.
Yeah,
I used to listen to podcasts in like 12. I'll be honest with you.
See,
everyone's finding out about it now.
That podcast early. Tax stolen that. That's early, you know.
just to see how it's grown, it's been crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's why when people say, "Oh," I'm like, "Yeah, can all introduce." Like, what? I'm like, "Yo." I started listening to podcasts like, "Roberts." I'm like, "You're not old school." Bro, listen.
Yeah.
That's a thing where like, that's why I always say that if I didn't do this, I'll be limiting myself because it's something I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why it's like, "Bruh, no, just do it." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck it." I was gonna do it.
What's the worst that can happen? My thing. What's the all this anxiety?
It don't work out.
I don't even. It's true. If it doesn't work out, it don't work out.
But you know what?
See, this anxiety, this word I've been hearing it at least.
Well, I can't lie.
I'm talking to everyone. Anxiety. I'm like,
no, I get anxiety.
We all get anxiety.
I think everyone handles it differently.
That word is a serious word. We need
Bro,
it's a negative word.
See the two words that when I hear people say it to me, I'm like, relax. Anxiety and depression.
Oh, depression. That one is touchy. That one's touchy.
I'm like, you're not.
Sometimes I don't realize how powerful this. Bro,
it's powerful, man.
The other day I seen people on Twitter doing the anxiety test.
Yeah.
You see that? Everyone's posting the results.
No.
I know it's a normal thing, but it's the word that I hear people throw out the most.
It's just
I don't want to do this because I've got anxiety.
It's
a big force, and I think we need to.
That's holding so many people
that anxiety needs to be rebranded.
Yeah,
need to rebrand it.
That word's got weight on its name, you know.
It's got a weight. You see what I'm saying?
It's
powerful.
See all that anxiety? I'm like, bro, you can overcome anything.
Yeah.
So pray, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Age is no limit, man. Honestly, like age is no limit. There's people, a lot of these Tyler Perry's, all these are like 30. When at 30, they weren't there. You read their stories. So sometimes you speak to someone like, I'm 26, I'm not doing that again. I'm like, bro,
the time will come, fam.
The time will come.
Someone come like about 40, someone like 20.
That's the thing, innit? Everyone's got different time.
For what? Just make sure everything you're doing, you're enjoying it. You learn from it.
Yeah. Just before we finish up, Daniel, I just wanted to ask you in terms of what you mentioned before with like managing your money, as someone that's just, you know, blown up in the industry. What sort of things have you experienced, like some of the artists, like the way they came in, how were they handling money before to them coming in, and then handling money after?
I think for me, everyone that I work with, the basics, I always ensure, that they're, at least, they've, registered themselves as a company, and they've created a business bank account.
Yeah.
And that
what as a person?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
And that explain the basics about taxes as well. You know what I mean? You know, corporation tax 19%. You know what I mean? If you turn over 85k, you need to register for VAT.
Yeah.
I give them the structure. For me, I was self-employed for years, so I had to learn it. Even now, I don't know everything, but I try to give them those basics. And they are going to make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But you know, this is how you be tax efficient. When I started learning about this stuff, everyone was like, oh, you do this, reduce your tax and that. Now I've learned that all that stuff. You know, if you're going to get a mortgage, you're trying to show your self-assessment. That shit works against you. You know what I'm saying? So I tell artists to, you know, and influencers, you know, just try and reflect true value and revenue as much as possible, because you might want to buy a yard in 2 years, so you need to have your self-assessments 1 year, 2 years, and you need to make sure that, you know, your dividends and your salary are adding up to a robust amount, so you can get, you know, against your affordability, that you can afford, you know, a yard, you know, where people, you know, will tell you, nah, man, you need to do this to avoid the tax. And so that's stuff I personally.
I think the end will always come around in the end.
Yeah. So I think I always get them on that wave, because I know that's the one thing that they're always going to want to achieve. Everyone, whoever you are, you're always going to want to buy a yard for your mum or whoever. Yeah. So if that's the case, you need to start this from now.
No, yeah.
So in 2 years' time, you're prepared. You know what I'm saying? Making sure that you know that they have investments. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, giving them an investment strategy, or giving them what. There's a few wealth managers that I'm plugged into. You know, I'll set up meetings with them. You know, I set up meetings with various accountants as well. Mistakes do happen. You know what I mean? A lot of influencers, a lot of artists have businesses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not necessarily, you know, our role to manage their businesses. You know, we manage. You know, we represent them as influencers.
Yeah.
But we often do try and give advice. You know what I mean? But mistakes do happen because it's hard, even for me, bro. Like,
but luckily, even regarding that, what you said regarding that said something that maybe like putting someone on example payroll just shows legal intent. And a lot of people can get back doors.
In that instance,
you know what I mean?
Even me, I keep it real. I've paid people under the table.
Yeah.
You know, so the fact that you are going to put someone on a payroll
shows you have the best interest.
You have the best interest. You have legal intent that you want to pay HMRC.
Everyone makes mistakes in life, in general, whatever you do. So
and it's a mistake that a lot of people have to happen, but you know, it's all about interpretation. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I think you know, you just have to learn from those mistakes. And a lot of artists, a lot of influencers are becoming entrepreneurs. They're creating brands and fashion lines and having shops and all this stuff. So it's one of those things, like, they're gonna have to learn themselves, or they're gonna have to hire someone that can, you know, operate
properly for them,
their businesses. Yeah, and it's hard. You can't hire someone in, you know, finance manager, HR manager, compliance manager, operation manager. It's the money. You know,
sometimes you gotta do it yourself.
Even me, sometimes it's long, but you just have to do it. You get.
What gets you through it though?
But me, you know me, I like admin, you know, I like administration. I'll be real, you know. But I like spreadsheets and all that stuff. I keep it real. Yeah. That's me though. I'm weird like that. You know what I'm saying? Not everyone likes that stuff.
That goes back to your phone book. Because at the end of the day, you have a bedroom that might do this and that. Oh, yo, quickly.
Bro, there's so many people that I've linked it. Like, there's so many people, even in the industry today, like, you know, they'll tell you they sat down with me. You know, we would have gone to this restaurant and I've broken down everything. I'm like, this is how you should do this. This is how you should structure this. You know, and a lot of them have gone on to be successful in many ways, and you know, they implement some of those tools that I gave them. You know what I mean? So I think for me, I like having structure. Now, some people are unorthodox and just that can run as well. Don't get it twisted. For them, it can run, but it might. You know what I mean? But this is how I operate. You know. So, but yeah, man. I think, yeah, that's it really.
Yeah.
That's it really.
Okay, just before we finish off, have you got like any tips to the young ones that are particularly in their last year of uni that are looking to do the sort of like same things that you do that you might want to give out to them?
Yeah, I think get that experience as well, man. There's so many, like, even now, it's so, man, I work with some agencies that are just cool, like what they do. Yeah. I'm like, right. Like, even when I was working, I wish this is the type of job I would have liked to have. But sometimes, because we don't know the landscape, you know what I mean, we go on Indeed or is it Read? Remember back in the day, Read? Bro, we go on those things, we type in a role, we apply for it.
CV.
You don't know what's out
there, yeah.
Sometimes you just have to look around, like, you might see, like, a billboard, like, how did it happen? I want to do something. Or you might see, like, a festival. Like, wireless, how do they put together wireless? I want to be part of it. Then you work backwards and research, okay, Live Nation or festival.
That's it. That's a good gem.
Let me help. That's how I used to put it. I'll look at things that I think is interesting, because there's a job role for everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then take it back rather than just working for this random company like
making them money.
Yeah, and then so the roles like, oh, you know, they make cat food or something. It's long, bro. You follow something that, if that's your interest, obviously that's cool. But you follow something that's aligned for you. Yeah, it's not worth it. But yeah, man.
Final question. Obviously, I might not answer already because this is too much gems, fam.
Yeah, I would be surprised.
Yeah, like, but I might just want to eat. Yeah. We ask everyone this question, innit? So it's 50 mil cash
on the table, live.
And then on the next other I got my like Sean Carter dinner
with Jay-Z.
You know what I mean? He's like, yo man, let's go eat some oysters or something. What would you just do there?
Which one would you pick?
For me, honestly, I watch a lot of content. I can find a lot of things online. I'll keep it real. I'll keep it real.
That's smart.
But I'm not interested in the money either. I'll be 50 mil. I think knowledge is equally as powerful. You know? And speaking of Jay-Z, I done I was working on one campaign for Tidal, and they had a PR agency in the UK that they never knew anything about UK music. So I've been even saying that if I got Jay-Z's number, bro, I'm gonna phone him and say, yo, this agency that you hired he needs to hire me he needs to let Tidal be my client. I was shocked, bro, when I was working with him. All now I've been looking for his number or whoever or his email address. Hopefully he sees this again. Alright, cool.
Alright, cool. So in that case, you might do dinner with Jay-Z just because of that reason.
Yeah, because I probably know I can get
So that's the only answer accepted. Everyone else is saying
the way they were had, they'll do it wrong, bro. I'm like, bro, let me take that, and that's gonna turn into money anyway.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But there's no point in having dinner with him if you're not gonna extract nothing. Bro, you can make fun of it. This is how this question always says to me. Bro, we go to church every Sunday. We don't apply by the commandments. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? But the dinner might not do that.
Some people just want to eat a little fried rice.
Just to get the experience of it.
Lamb cutlets. Cool. Any socials you want to?
Yeah, I got so I got AGM Talents at AGM Talent on Instagram, and then it's agmtalent.com. And then AGM.agency. There's another AGM agency. There's another, that's not my company. It's AGM.agency.
You're gonna see pictures of her flying around. You know what I mean?
On the Instagram as well, Twitter, AGM Dan, I think. And then whoever wants to collaborate, I'm gonna collaborate. Just hit me up on the emails.
You heard them, man.
Work, man. Let's work together.
It's not open.
Black Lives Matter.
He's not messaging us. People are saying to us, we want an episode where we have some jewels and education. This is the episode you got
to open up the new offices as well, the HQ.
You know what I mean?
Come on.
Right.
So hopefully I can invite you down to do a little podcast.
100%.
Come on.
Yeah, man. Other than that, thank you for coming through, bro.
I appreciate it.
You lot heard the man himself, Daniel. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all of that. And if you want to come on here, hit us up.
Stop being shy. That's what you got anxiety. That's it. Come on.
Anxiety.
Just come on, man. Have fun. Come talk with the man. I'll buy you a piece.
Other than that, we're over and out. Big up Charlotte in the background as well.
Charlotte,
oh my god.